And we're back again.
Yeah. This week we sample 4 mystery beers from Binny's. This is episode 156 of the Malting Hour.
What's the haps on the hops? Got yeast, that's beast. This the Malting Hour where we talk about our drink and tell you what we think every other week. And if we get drunk, well, we might slur our speech. Got the gift of gab, the friends you wish you had. Join us for a drink, join us for a laugh. Time is never wasted, where you getting wasted. The Malting Hour here, people take your places. People take your places. People take your home.
Welcome to the Malting Hour. I am one of your hosts, Tony Golick, joined always with
Brandon Winninger.
Brandon. How we doing today?
Good, how are you?
Good, man. It's nice to record on a Saturday
Yeah, right?
instead of a Sunday night or Wednesday night.
And it's a Saturday in the afternoon.
Yeah, actually, it is officially 12:21. So yes, we are afternoon technically.
Look at that.
Look at us being responsible. Would you call us responsible?
Yeah, to drink so we can drink more later.
Yeah, going out for my birthday, man.
Yeah, I don't know. So this might be... I've been trying as best as I can to limit how much I drink.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much I'll drink tonight.
That's all right.
But definitely I'm gonna do some tasters of some of those if they got any of the newer stuff they released.
Tons of stuff. They have a ton of stuff. They actually brought back one that wasn't on tap last time we were there. So,
that's cool.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, that's pretty much why I like going to Revolution for my birthday around this time, because they normally have some of the stuff from their last release, the special tappings are still on. Yeah. So I know that the Firestone collaborations are still on tap, and I think they still might have some Firestone on tap.
Ooh, very cool. So for those that are listening, I'm sorry you missed Tony's birthday at
Thanks a lot,
Revolution. You missed it by a couple of days.
Thanks for not showing up.
You also missed the official celebration at Revolution.
Yeah. So thanks a lot.
So for this episode, we're doing kind of like a mystery. I'm going to call it a mystery episode, but it's not necessarily a mystery episode. It is a 4-pack of singles that I got on Christmas from my uncle from Binny's. And he went and he just did the mix 4, and he said he had somebody. He always goes and has somebody help him because he's always my nephew loves beer and blah 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 blah. So somebody will go and hand pick different stuff for him. And I think he went to the upgraded because I think there was a price tag on it that said $15 or whatever.
The only thing I saw when you pulled these out was that it was a 4-pack.
Yeah.
So yes, there is you can build your own 6-pack where those tend to be, you gotta, even with these, I realized you kind of have to look at the dates because I did a build your own last weekend, I think. Yes, it was last weekend. I stopped in and because we recorded last Sunday and I drank something random. Why does that feel like a blur already?
The Boulevard.
Jeez, yes, God, I'm 43, man. I'm losing it already. Yeah, so you still got to check the dates. So the build your own 6-packs seem to be maybe older beers, but the build your own 4-packs, those are closer to when they were released. I had a Pipeworks Grapefruit IPA that was canned in January of this year. That was a part of my mix 4-pack.
Wasn't there one that you got that was a little older than you expected? Because I swear I heard you say maybe they still need it, or maybe you didn't get it, but you were checking dates.
There was one from August.
Yeah, you were checking dates,
and it was a hazy, and it was not sitting in the it wasn't cooled, and I'm ooh, that's gonna be probably not good. But so he looks like your uncle may have gone with the good picks for it. Are you using the purse hook for your headphones?
I am.
I keep forgetting you have those bag hooks, and that's really awesome.
I forget they're there too, because that's not something we requested when we had the bar built. But when he was putting it in, he goes, "You want some purse hooks?" I'm like, "Okay." Yeah, for all the ladies that I have around my bar. My wife, who leaves her purse upstairs.
She's afraid we're going to go through it.
I'm like, come on, come downstairs to the bar. Let's have a drink. We'll act like we're out. We don't have to spend money.
You know what? I'll come by and be a bartender for you guys.
We'll hire Tony as a bartender.
You don't need to hire me. I just want to be able to have a drink while I'm serving you guys.
All right, so we're starting this off. I already poured one. So again, the name of the game, not necessarily a mystery episode, but I want to see if,
Mystery beers for Tony.
yeah, if Tony can kind of figure out the style and
Tony's birthday mystery beers.
yeah, what's going on? What's going on with these beers?
Interesting.
So I'm gonna.
This so it smells, kind of smells like fruit cocktail.
A little bit.
Interesting. Okay. There's, oh man. So the color of it is like blonde, like straw. Mm-hmm. It's kind of hazy.
I'm saying like as if I don't see it right in front of me.
You're speaking as the audience. There's a bitterness to it. It's kind of dry. I feel like there is. This is either a pale ale. Mm-hmm. Is there a specific yeast used for this? Like, I don't want to say wild ale, but like
a yeast that eats malt or wort.
No, I mean like, is it is it like wild fermented or is there?
I don't believe so. No.
Okay, interesting. All right. Oh shit! I just spilled some on me.
Carry it with you forever.
I'm wearing this hoodie tonight. Oh man.
The last 4 times I've seen you, you've had that hoodie on.
I always wear it. Gosh, this is tough.
All right, so
It's fruity.
yeah, what do you think about for style?
I would say pale ale
Okay.
or pale ale that has like some wild bacteria or wild ale.
Okay.
Or fuck, man. Hold on. Oh, it could just be a pale ale. Could just be a pale ale. Because I don't think it's bitter enough for an IPA, but I feel like there's some wild yeast or something.
Yeah, so now I just checked the canned on date. So this, if he got this from the elevated section, he got an older beer.
What's the date on the can?
August.
Okay. How am I doing on the...
You're in the realm.
I'm in the realm.
Yeah. So taking the style and everything, the beer itself, let's go that route. Like the beer itself, what are you thinking? How
You know what? Not knowing the date and just kind of being blind to it, I like this.
Yeah.
I think it's really refreshing, actually.
Yeah.
And if there's no wild yeast or some type of different yeast in there, maybe this beer is just changed in the can so much by not being refrigerated and sitting like this that just the way that the beer changed, it didn't affect it in a sense that I think is negative. I don't get any weird off flavors. It's dry, it's refreshing. It's like I feel like I could just slam this beer. What's the ABV on it? Or do you want me to guess?
Yeah, go ahead.
If I had to guess the ABV on this based on what I'm drinking,
You will be surprised.
5.
Exactly.
Is it?
Yeah.
Fucking A. Wow, look at me. All the years of doing this show, I'm finally getting. Well, I'm not.
It's got something right.
You know what I know? It's not. It's not a saison. That's for sure.
It's not, is it?
I hope not. Yeah, so I'm gonna go pale ale with some type of different type of yeast, like I don't know, wild yeast. I know I've had like Brett beers before that have milder taste to it, but yeah, I'm gonna go pale ale.
Yeah, so I'm at a disadvantage. I know what it is, but taking that out of account of my description, I think it. I did like when you said it had that like fruit cocktail aroma. I agreed with that. I think a lot of that's coming from the hops. They have a nice. They do list the hops, so it would lend to that aroma profile and the taste profile because it's almost like very. I don't want to say watered down because it's not really the word, but it's like.
It's light.
It's a light, like tropical kind of flavor that's kind of flowing through it for me a little bit.
Are there hops in here that I would know specifically?
You would know all of them.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh fuck! I'm not gonna guess them. How many hops are in it? How many
so they list there's 4.
Okay, is Citra one of them?
No. So, well, there's 4. They use 2 for the boil, 2 for dry hopping.
Interesting.
And
there's no mosaic.
There was a duplicate between 2 of them.
Simcoe?
You said one.
Mosaic?
It said it wasn't.
Jesus.
It is mosaic.
I don't get any mosaic in this.
Anyway, so what I was going to say is that I agree with you. It's really refreshing. Like in the state that it is, I don't know what it is fresh, but this is
good.
A good beer.
Yeah, I would buy this old can again.
Yeah. So I'm going to do the rating first, and then we'll talk about what the beer is. So if you're going to rate this out of 5 brown paper bags, how many paper bags would you give this?
I'm giving this a 3.8 in the paper bag realm.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I agree. It's delicious. I could easily drink this. Throw it back to the hot summer day type of beer. Like
absolutely.
This,
this is
crisp fall evening.
Yeah,
around a fire.
Drink this tomorrow during the Super Bowl.
So the beer actually is. Let's see what. There we go. Yeah, it is from Old Nation Brewing Company out of Williamston, Michigan.
Oh, fuck. Is this the M?
It's Boreal dry hopped lager.
It's their lager?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Dry hopped lager.
So that's where I'm getting the very low. Interesting. Wow. This is a lager, huh?
Yeah. You weren't far off, with the pale ale, but
because the fruitiness is throwing me off.
Exactly. That was my thing too. Is I probably would have went towards pale ale because the fruitiness cuts through the maltiness that I kind of get through.
Yeah, or like
lager.
the breadiness that you get from it.
And my assumption is after I looked at the can and I was like, this might be why. Maybe because it's over 6 months old that the
Can I see the can?
Yeah, that maybe the maltiness kind of subsided a little bit.
Okay.
But I'm impressed that the fruitiness of the hops kind of held up.
Yeah. Magnum, Mosaic. Magnum I get. Centennial and Mosaic. I don't get Mosaic. I still don't get Mosaic in there now even knowing that, it was in there.
But again, older beer, so things could have happened.
Interesting. I guess what was throwing me off, the fact that I was wondering if there was some wild yeast or something that kind of, because in my head it was a pale ale that something was happening with. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't drink like a lager, but it is crisp and refreshing like a lager.
So there's a description on the website, but I will read the last line. It says, with its crisp and clean lager base, Boreal balances bitterness and aromatic hop notes of pine, orange, and tropical fruit
to create a showcase of drinkability.
Yes. Tony's got his readers on.
I can fucking read today. I'd gone out for my birthday, and I had told Laura, I was like, you know what? I realized I'm 43, not 23. And she said, oh, I know that because you're reading this text with your readers. Fuck!
Killing me, Smalls.
It's true. I wear them all the time now. I rarely take them off. It's just easier to see.
Did you ever? You said you were going to do an eye doctor.
I didn't do it. You know why? Because I'm a procrastinator, dude.
Go see my dude.
Dude, give me that info.
Literally, he's at Milwaukee, he's just past Gale Street Inn.
Okay.
You know the bridge that goes over Milwaukee right before the police station? He's right there. Excel Gelato places.
Oh, it's right over
there.
there?
It's literally right next door to that.
Oh, cool.
I've gone there. Dude's super nice. I took Benjamin there. Benjamin loved him. And every time we passed, he's like, it's my eye doctor. But really cool dude. I think you should,
Yeah, I do need to go because, it's getting to the point now where I used to be able to see everything that's on the diagrams you have behind your bar there. Yeah, I'll finish that. And now I can't really see it. And I put my readers on, and I can see it better, which is oh no, I needed these to see things up close. Now I kind of use them to see in general. Very interesting. It's a very interesting beer. I want to find. I don't know if they do this all the time. If it's
It is a year round.
okay, then I'm going to Benny's today because I need to get some stuff for tomorrow, and I think I'm gonna look for it and see if it's there. See if they have it maybe in the cooler or find a can that is fresh. Because that's good. I like I said, in the state that it's in, I would... Okay, good. I was just like, I can see the back of the can, but I can't see anything about it. So that's good. Keep it the way it is. I think it's very tasty. Very good. I also feel like we should not show these beers. I'm going to blur them out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
For the picture.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Here we go. Beer number 2. Okay. Whoa. What's the date on this can? I won't look.
Please don't be old. Please don't be old. Please don't be old. There might not be a date. There's something. There's a sticker on it that looks like a possibly Benny sticker that says 901.
Yeah, I don't know if that's because there's one. Is it not? Is the one like this?
Yeah. What does that say?
That says 8. That says 1010 on it. 1010 at the top.
Yeah. Then that is not relevant.
It says 819021. I think those are codes.
819. Yeah.
90.
This one says the same thing. 81902.
There's nothing on the bottom of that can.
Nope. But that one's got the date. So, okay, this one could be newer, could be not so newer.
That's all right.
But, yeah, let's...
All right, this has a fruity aroma to it. It's hazy. I'm going to say this is a hazy IPA.
Okay.
But it does not taste like... It's not hoppy like a hazy IPA.
Yeah.
It's kind of thin.
A little bit.
A little watered down.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? Looking at what you have and looking at what I have, look at the difference. You have a clear beer.
That's weird. Here, try this and see.
Weird.
Try yours too.
I'm going to say this is an old beer. Yours drinks like a lager. Mine drinks like a fucking pale, hazy, not pale, like a hazy pale ale.
I'm going to do some science.
Yeah, do some science. There you go. I like what you're doing there. There we go. Although, now yours is very...
But it's... I want a mix of whatever...
Brandon is going back and forth between our two glasses. We've kissed many times, so this is okay.
Killing the carbonation.
Killing the carbonation. No, that's perfect. There you go. Those look like mixed beers now.
Yeah.
Now it looks like the same.
See? Yeah. You're right. Like, it drinks a little different for me now.
Yeah. So I'm going to say... is this another fucking lager? Is this like a pale lager?
Technically, no. When I say technically no, I mean no.
I was like, where are we going with this? So it's not a lager of any sorts. Is this supposed to be like a hazy pale ale?
I don't know.
Whatever this is. Okay, and I am apologizing up front. It's a very drinkable beer.
Yes.
It tastes like it's an old can, though.
So now I'm thinking, like, I'm going to check the dates on the other ones before I pour them.
Sure.
And I'm going to swirly it around a little bit because I did not expect to have to do that with this beer.
Yeah, that was strange. I don't know of a time.
And even knowing what the beer is, I never would have done that with that kind of beer.
So it's a hazy IPA. Am I correct?
Okay. No, but
the reason why I say that is because the way that it like
yeah. No, I agree with you. It literally the way that we've got it. So when I poured. I don't remember. Did I pour yours first or mine?
Mine.
Yeah, I poured Tony's first, and
no, it had to been yours because it was so clear.
Yeah, I don't know. Either way, like one was like,
or it's a fucking IPA.
One was clear and one was hazy.
It's not super bitter.
If we would have put these two, we should have put these two side by side and taken a picture before I did this. It was like night and day difference. Like,
it looked like we were drinking two different beers.
really, really interesting that's the way that played out. But
I apologize for that.
For what it is, it's a drinkable, enjoyable beer.
Yeah.
And even after I did the blend, I still enjoy it. But it did change it, because when I was drinking it, I'm like, I understand what this beer is based on what I knew. But now blending it, I'm like, oh man, I'm all fucked up.
All right, let me go with the ABV on this.
Shoot.
6.
Incorrect, sir.
5?
In the middle.
5.5.
5.4.
5.4.
5.4 is what the can says. I did a Google search. The only thing I could find, well, not the only thing. There was a couple of things, but Beer Advocate had it listed at 5%, but the can shows it at 5.4. So,
all right. My final guess is some type of either IPA or pale ale.
Okay. Now you got to rate it before I tell you what it is. So, from what it is in this state.
In this state.
And just using what you think it is and all that kind of stuff.
So, I do feel like there's some old hop taste to it somewhere in there. So I'm going to go, but it's still very drinkable. It's very light. I'm going to go 3.5.
Okay. Yeah, I'm in the same realm. I was like 3.4, 3.5. The flavor's great. The aroma's pretty good. Go back in for... Yeah, I mean, it smells lager-esque to me.
So I'm going...
With some like fruity flavors.
Aromas.
Yeah, sorry. Fruity aromas.
I just went back in to smell it. I swirled it around. I got a little bit left in the glass. It smells like an old IPA.
It does. A little bit.
I'm going to say this is old. I'm going to say it's either an IPA or a pale ale.
Yeah, so now I'm wondering, I got to ask my uncle which Benny's is going to. He needs to check himself. But, yeah, I mean, overall, like, decent beer. I would order this again. I don't know how old it is, so I would be curious to have it fresh. Having one that I know is fresh.
Our famous last words.
Yeah. But that's kind of the name of the game here. Like,
yeah,
we drink a lot of beers that are old.
Yeah, and that's just kind of like, I think a lot of craft beer drinkers, this is something, whether you're doing a build your own, mixed pack or something, or you're finding something on the shelves that like, am I going to try this? Maybe you come across this beer and you hear us talking about it, and you'll, remember like, oh, that was okay to drink, or oh, I should really avoid this.
It's very important though to check the dates.
Absolutely.
I've gotten to the point, especially when I travel, I think it's like Total Wine or ABC, whatever. There's, East Coast has a lot of these like straight up just liquor stores. And I've gotten to the point where when I go there, I'll look at dates for things that are like IPAs and lagers and stuff like that. If it's a stout, I don't really care.
Neither do I. If it's an adjuncted stout, that sounds really good to me.
If it's especially if it's a coffee stout.
Yeah, if it's like coffee and coconut, imperial stout,
yeah.
Or just a regular stout. Imperial, I lean less towards having to check, but the regular stouts or porters that may be adjuncted, I want to know.
Yeah, but there's a caveat. I will check, but it doesn't necessarily mean I won't buy it.
Correct.
Because if it's 6 months old and it's coffee and coconut, like whatever your example, I would still buy it.
Yeah, there's a good chance you're going to get it.
If it's 4 years old and it's been sitting there, chances are in a place like that, you're not going to find something that's 4 years old. You'll find that more often at like your local independent places that are just, they have old stock and they're just, oh, I found this in a back shelf somewhere.
Yeah, and then people
throw it up.
And some people come and buy it.
Yeah, and because there's a whole world of beer drinkers that are just getting introduced to craft beer, and if they hear something like, oh, Bourbon County Stout or whatever, and they go and they walk into their local mom and pop shop and they've got coffee from 2015 like sitting on the shelf, they're like, that's a Bourbon County, I need to buy that. And then they taste it and it's like, this tastes like shit. And I don't, again.
Using that as a random.
I don't know.
That's funny because wasn't 2015 the infected year?
That was the infected year. And I don't know if that necessarily would be the case.
Real quick, do you have any more coffee Bourbon Counties?
I think so.
Interesting. I wonder what years you have, and if they, because remember
I think from the more recent years.
Was it episode 2 we did a Bourbon Counties with the coffee ones. Remember where we were split. Emil was here, and so was Eric Flores, and we were kind of split on some of the bourbon counties. Like some of us got green pepper in an older coffee bourbon county, while other of us didn't, and then it completely switched where the other half who didn't get it got it, and then the other half who got it didn't.
Got it. Need it.
Have it. Go. By the way, I've never watched a single episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and now. And it's funny because it definitely feels like a show that I would have been obsessed with, and I still haven't watched it.
It's funny because the newer... So, for context, I usually put something on in the background on the TV at the bar, just on mute with subtitles on. And It's Always Sunny is playing. I haven't watched like the last season and a half, 2 seasons and a half, whatever. It's been a while since I've actually sat down and watched it, but
it's probably best that you explain that only because I just said that randomly.
Yeah,
without
and I think
context.
and just going off on a tangent, I think dude, there's just so much stuff that my wife and I have been kind of binging.
Yeah,
a show I think you would probably enjoy. We just watched. It was called Man on the Inside.
That sounds familiar.
It's with Ted Danson.
Oh, yes. I've been told that that's very good.
So, just to promote a show that does not pay us.
Yeah. Well, hey, I finished the entire series of Christmas Cookie Bake Off challenge.
Look at that.
Yeah.
That used to be like our jam. That's what we started to watch all the time. But then we've got into all these other things. But it was a good show. Ted Danson plays a widowed father who his daughter is actually from she's the waitress from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh, nice.
And she was like, Dad, you need to find a hobby, you need to do something, blah blah blah, because he just sits at home in his house and does all this stuff or does nothing. And he sees an ad in a paper looking for an older man and their criteria was knows how to use a cell phone. And so he goes in to this office, and it's a private investigator who wants him to investigate a woman there's a woman who lives in a retirement home that had a family necklace stolen. That was a very expensive heirloom that was stolen. And he was tasked with going in there and trying to find out who did it. So they literally move him into the retirement home, and it kind of shows a story of him being a private investigator, but kind of how he grows out of his shell and becomes a better
Sounds
person.
interesting.
Yeah, it was good. Becca and I really enjoyed it. It hit home for Becca a lot because it deals a lot with dementia, and she had a grandmother that passed from dementia. Well, didn't pass from dementia, but had it. An aunt that currently has it, and so it's deep.
Yeah,
but it's a really good show. So throwing that out there.
Go ahead, everybody. Make sure that we get some revenue for promoting that show.
Yeah, and for that Netflix check.
Yeah, for real. All right,
So we got to talk about what the beer is.
Yeah, I was gonna say, let's reveal the beer.
Okay, so it's from Moore's Brewing.
Okay.
It's a session ale.
Okay. So I wasn't wrong.
No.
I was close.
Yeah.
I said IPA or pale ale, a session ale. Because it is very light.
Indeed.
Can I see the can, please?
You may. I don't think there's any... Yeah, there's a description on the side that has nothing to do with the beer.
Yes, that is the government warning, and then... Oh, geez. Yeah, that is about Moore's. Moore Brewing Company, session ale. Very interesting.
So the Beer Advocate post that I saw says Moore's Session Ale packs a light but flavorful balance of green papaya and a hint of key lime with a smooth lemongrass finish.
I'm going to say this is an older can.
Yeah, that's why I'm...
Much older, because I've had stuff from Moore's, and it's always been very, very good. And that, not to say that wasn't very good, but there's something old about it.
I wonder if we should just call this episode Testing the Powers of the Binny's Build Your Own 4-Pack.
I like that. That's a long title, but we're going to do that.
But this is an excellent time to take a quick break.
You know what? You're right. We'll be right back.
And we're back.
Welcome back, everybody, to our... What did we change the title to?
Helping Benny do something? No.
It's still a mystery.
Yeah.
The birthday mystery beer thing from Benny's. Benny's birthday mystery beer.
Yes.
That could be old. Okay. We got another one in front of us. This looks hazy again. Now is there a date on this can? Did you check?
There is a Best Buy date, and it said October of this year.
This year, 2025.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Because this has a fresh hop smell to it.
Yeah.
Like, this smells good.
Yeah.
This is bitter.
Yep.
This is an IPA. I'm saying it now. It's an IPA.
Okay.
I don't think it's a hazy IPA, though.
Okay.
Although it looks hazy. It looks a little hazy. Yours... Did you pour yours before mine?
I poured yours first.
Mine looks a little more clear.
But I did swirl the can.
I did see you do a little bit of that. But it does look a little, like, that's going to happen. There's going to be, like, I have a fresh Noon Whistle beer at home, and I poured it last night, and I could see, like, little floaters in it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, yeah, it's just a part of it.
Yep.
Let me get the aroma. It's hoppy. It smells hoppy. Mm-hmm. Tastes hoppy. It's not, like, super bitter. So maybe it is, I don't know, a hazy. Also comes off as a little sessionable, too.
Yeah.
I get, like, this might be a hazy, because I feel like I'm getting that citrusy little bit of ness in my chest, and in a burp, I think I'm going to have, like, a Citra burp.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm going to go with here. But I'm going to say that it's probably in the 6 to 7%.
Okay.
That's where I'm at with this. Yeah, it smells like fruity, a little piney. I don't know. Is this a pale ale?
Nobody knows.
You do know.
I know. Somebody knows.
I don't know. I'm going to go IPA. I'm going to go IPA.
So with that, what do you talked about the aroma. What are you tasting?
I don't know, man. There's a bitterness to it. It also feels very sessionable. Like, it feels very, there's like a citrusiness to it.
Yeah.
Nothing that's really popping out like, oh man, that's like a big, bright tropical or citrus flavor, but it's a very, like, the aftertaste in my mouth is like orange, like orange juice, kind of like, without the sweetness, but there is that type of, so I want to say there's citra involved in this.
Yeah, tropical is definitely something that I would lean towards. It's got like a slight creaminess to it, like very, very slight.
If it's a saison, I'm going to punch the microphone.
And when I say like creaminess, like I'm kind of lending that to the mouthfeel.
Yeah.
Like, but easy drinking. I would agree, kind of like, I know what it is, but sessionable seems like quite accurate for me. But drinks really well. I think this is, it looks hazy. I don't know. Again, like, I'm not the one that seeks out. Well, I have more lately, but like hazies have never been like my go-to. But like now, more and more now, I kind of seek them out and like enjoy them. So, but yeah, tropical notes on the tongue, slight bitterness, a smooth, creamy like mouthfeel, but overall like a really good.
Yeah, it's good. I
really
like this.
solid.
I do enjoy this beer.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a...
How many brown bags?
I'm giving it 3.9 brown bags.
Okay. Yeah, I'm like 3.75. So, yeah, fantastic.
It's
beer.
good.
Really well done. This beer is Sufficient Clearance Hazy IPA.
From Sketchbook.
Yeah.
All right. What's the ABV on it?
5%.
Okay. Yeah. When I said 6, 7, I'm like, it's going to be lower. Funny story about Sufficient Clearance. The first hazy IPA I ever liked.
Really?
Yeah. like I tried it when I was doing what is that? Square Roots Festival, and I was pouring it, and I tried it. I was like, okay, I get it. This is good. I know the can and everything, but yeah, this was the first one I was like, oh, okay, I get hazy IPAs. It's good. And I feel like, I don't know if they've adjusted the formula or, hazy IPAs have just gotten so different that it's funny because I feel like with the way that we have hazy IPAs here now in Chicago or all over the United States, but especially in Chicago with like the hop butchers and shit like that, like this to me now tastes like a national brand making a hazy IPA before they knew how to make hazy IPAs.
Yeah.
Like I don't remember the last time I had Sierra Nevada's hazy IPA, but I remember when I first had it and I was like, oh, okay, this is all right, but we're here in Chicago. We have, Les Jus and Hop Butcher, and here it is. You guys thought we weren't going to get to it, but here I'm mentioning them. Beezer, Old Irving. Like we have beers like that here, and so having a national brand hazy IPA when it first came out is like not what I'm looking for, but sufficient clearance was definitely, that's what that reminds me of now, because it's a good hazy beer, but this is like a hazy beer that you can drink without being like, oh man, there's that like punch you in the face like kind of sweetness, or like the creamy mouthfeel makes more sense now too. But some hazies are just a lot. There's just a lot going on, and I do like it. It's like having a barrel-aged adjuncted stout. There's a lot going on, but we like those beers. Blast off.
For now.
It is cold outside.
No, it's not.
I mean, it's like 20 degrees.
Yeah.
Grow up here. Actually, right now it is 30, but it feels like 27.
It's a nice spring day.
Yeah, well, we have a chance of more fucking ice today, so not excited about that. But I think we're getting snow at like 3 o'clock, and then it's done.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Hey, Tony.
Yeah.
Do you like to go to a place where you can drink different beers?
I do.
Did you know that Meals on Wheels is doing a fest called Chicago on Tap?
Is that so?
It is. We have been a part of that, so I'm surprised you forgot.
That's crazy.
We've been a part of that for the last couple of years. Meals on Wheels is doing their Chicago on Tap Fest again this year, Thursday, April 10th at Theater on the Lake. Dozens of local breweries and restaurants will bring their very best for you to try, providing unlimited tastings of their favorite brews and bites. You and your friends will experience live music from the Leadfoot Band.
No, that's not true.
Yeah, no. Get rid of that.
Is this the old one?
No, it's on their current website.
We need to change that.
Yeah. Man, ruined that.
It was close to being a full ad right there.
I know. Hey, Tony.
Yeah.
Do you like drinking beers at a random place?
I do.
Well, great. Did you know that Meals on Wheels is doing Chicago on Tap again?
They are?
Yeah, this year, Thursday, April 10th, dozens of local breweries and restaurants bring their very best for you to try, providing unlimited tastings of their favorite brews and bites.
Wow.
You and your friends will experience some great music, games, and raffles, and enjoy one of the best lakefront views in the city at Theater on the Lake. And tickets go on sale in March. I don't have the definitive date yet, though.
Interesting. And is it true? I did hear a rumor that tickets are cheaper this year. Like
tickets are cheaper. Tickets are going to be $45 this year.
That's insane.
And they've actually opened up the space this year. So if you've gone in the past, the back area of Theater on the Lake has been where the event has been, but now they're going to have the entire venue.
Entire venue?
Yep, that includes the restaurant space. There will be more seating, more space for more breweries, and more restaurants to serve you their delicious treats.
Wow, Brandon, I can't wait to go again.
I can't either, so hope you guys will join us because we will definitely be there at Chicago on Tap.
April 10th. See you then. You like that, everybody? That's how we're gonna do that. That ad is gonna run. That is actually gonna be the ad that we run from now on.
It should be.
I think we do. I think
just
we do.
Clip it and just
that's it.
Insert it.
Got it. You guys got to hear the recording process of that.
And I didn't even tell Tony.
That was hilarious. I thought there was like I thought you were going someplace else with that. I'm like, are we about to go to Beer on the Wall? Did you give me a $10 gift card for Beer on the Wall for my birthday?
Let's go!
Oh, man. Yeah, but that is going to be fun. Looking forward to it. We are a little more involved. And by the way, I did send out an email waiting to see if I got that back. I forgot to include you. I just was reached out to who we needed to reach out to.
Okay.
I haven't heard back, so I'm going to send a text later today and be like, hey, I sent you an email. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, well, I mean, well, just for context, we're working with Meals on Wheels because we do feel like this is a great event. It's an important event for obviously raising money for their cause, but it also, I feel like it raises awareness for, you know, breweries and restaurants in the city, you know, giving them all a chance to kind of come out and showcase their best stuff because, you know, people don't travel a lot.
Right.
And, you know, and I feel like more now than ever, like since the days of the COVIDs, like there's people that are less inclined to go try new places.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe there are. I don't know. Maybe
No.
I'm wrong.
I think a lot of people still maybe don't want to venture out. And also, it's a crazy time in the world right now, and I get that. And maybe you're a little worried about things, but this is a great event that helps people out, helps get meals to the elderly, and also, you know, this is a beer event and a food event that's only $45. I mean, there's plenty of other events like that, but I can tell you from experience, especially at this price point, $45, this is definitely super bang for your buck because it is like a bunch of pours of beer. It's like unlimited, and then all the eating and all the food and stuff. We've had friends who've won raffles. In fact, I felt like this sounds like it's rigged, but like everybody that I knew except for like 2 other people like won something, which was pretty cool.
I should have done the raffle.
I know I should have done the raffle too. I was kind of upset about that.
Well, it's funny because I don't do it because I'm like, well, the first time we went, we had a table and I was constantly trying to like hand out stuff. Did we have a table last year? I don't think so.
Last year we didn't. We just hung out by Old Derby.
Yeah, of course. Just hung out by the people that we knew and, you know, did that. And one of the things that like, you know, people had told us about was like, or that I had heard was like, you know, there's nowhere to sit, you know, can't do this. And if the weather's bad, you can't go outside. It's a little bit earlier this year in April, but I think that, opening up the entire place to have...
If I'm not mistaken, I think last year was April as well.
It was April, but it was towards the end of the year. It was towards the end of April, so it's a little earlier in April.
Gotcha.
So I'm assuming maybe the restaurant has more availability to kind of lend out the entire space. But, you know, kudos to them because, you know, they're shutting down to open up the space. And, you know, my assumption or hope would be that, you know, they will be showcasing some of the stuff that they have. Because,
we didn't ask that. We should probably find out.
They are... I know when they first started, they had a great head chef that kind of like lended to some stuff. So,
you know, I just wanted to say real quick, we are going to have a full episode about the Meals on Wheels Chicago on Tap coming soon. Coming very soon. We'll have that soon. I'm going to say soon one more time. Soon. Fourth and final mystery beer. And this is different from all the rest. This is a dark beer.
Indeed.
It smells like a stout. 100% smells like a stout. Ooh, that is roasty.
Ooh, I like that.
That is hitting everything I want from a stout, baby. Yep. Is this I don't know if it's a milk stout. There's a sweetness to it.
Yeah.
It's hard to say if there's any adjuncts, because if there was any adjunct in this, I would say coffee. But it's not like I don't know if it's a rich coffee flavor or it's just a roasted malt coffee flavor. I'm going to swirl this around, open it up a little bit. Ooh, man. This is really good.
It is.
A lot of silence right now. Sorry, everybody. Boy, I don't know where to go. So this is a tough one. This is tough. I don't know if it's a milk stout, but there is like this creamy sweetness to it.
There is.
So I'm going to say maybe it's a milk stout. And I'm going to lean more towards like 7% on this. But yeah, there's like a nice roasty coffee flavor to this. It's got that tan head on it, which I love. I'm always weary about when I get a stout and it's got white foam on top. I tend to not like those. This has like a tan, head on it. You're getting into fun beers when the head is like dark.
Indeed.
Like that really rich, dark flavor or dark head on it.
Yep.
But yeah, I think I'm gonna go 7 to 8% milk stout. And brown bags, I'm giving this a 4.25.
Oh, getting right into it. Yeah, so...
Sorry. No, but that doesn't mean you can't talk about it. I just wanted to get my... Because I didn't want to... this is my first impression of it. That's what I'm getting out of it. I don't want to overthink it.
Yeah, no, it's roasty, it's malty. It's everything... So if you're a fan of barrel-aged beers, it's the character of a beer that you want without the barrel flavor. It's got a great sweetness that's balanced by the maltiness.
Yeah, it's not like super sweet. It's just a nice subtle sweetness. Yeah,
and it everything in this beer complements itself very well.
Yeah.
There's notes of like we said, like you can taste the maltiness, you can taste some chocolate, you can taste that sugary sweetness. There's some like a little bit of chocolate in there.
Like rich. When I say rich, I don't mean sweet, but like that rich dark cocoa.
Yeah.
Man, I like this.
Yeah, like you're bordering on like dark chocolate.
Yeah.
Like it's
I also did just hit my vape, which is kind of sweet.
Yeah.
So it did make that pop a little bit more.
Yeah, it's a fantastic beer.
I really like this. I'm really excited to find out what this is. What are you giving this though, Brandon?
I'm gonna go like 4.25.
All right. We're dead on again.
So let me go read this description. Once dubbed the purest water in the world, the quote-unquote spring runs right through our brewery in the heart of this place and is the inspiration of our Imperial Stout.
Okay.
Brewed with a blend of robust malts, distinctive hops, and notes of chocolate and toffee, our stout is for serious craft beer lovers. Clocks in at 9.5%.
Holy shit.
This comes from our friends at Jacob Leinenkugel Brewing Company. It is Big Eddie.
Hey!
I didn't do the last one in the 4-pack.
Fantastic. You grabbed the... Dude, this Big Eddie's delicious.
Yeah.
Holy shit. This is the one. So, in case everybody, I don't think everybody knows, but this was from the winter beer that I bought.
Yep.
This is fantastic.
Yeah, I decided to do an old switcheroo.
I like that. Dude, I'm really impressed with this beer, and it's really sad that Leinenkugel's going away.
Well, their flagship brewery is going away.
Yes, but I really hope that, like, this is still an option, because this is really good.
I did hear that the Leinenkugel family was making a petition to save the brewery.
That's cool.
And try to just keep it open. And maybe it's a thing where they try to buy it back or whatever. I don't know.
Maybe it's becomes its own thing. That would be cool.
Like, I don't like that's how Goose Island runs.
Yeah.
Or ran. I don't think it does anymore. They sold. I think they eventually sold the brew pubs because I know Clybourne was part of that, and they ended up selling it. But they still have a stronghold in Chicago, and they were able to close Clybourne and move to another location.
Yeah.
Even though I think they don't fully own it anymore, but they've been like super involved in.
I mean, their beers. I mean, there's a whole bunch of one-offs that they do that are just available at the brew pubs. I believe your son is home.
Yeah. The terror has arrived.
I need to leave. Now I gotta see him.
But yeah, so like that's my hopes is that they would
something else can come up.
Do something and be like, hey, you know what? Maybe we'll just let you guys, if you guys want to run it, or get people in place to run it and keep it going. So, still up in the air. I know they're making a run for that. I don't know if it's officially closed yet, and I'm kind of in like I want to look it up. I probably should have before this was a random poll, literally right before we came back from the break. But I want to see like if it's officially closed. If it's not. Maybe we should make a run up there, like just to.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Well, hey, New Glarus is open on Saturdays now, right?
Oh yeah.
I need to go and do that. I got some people who would like to
New
go.
Glarus was always open on Saturdays. They weren't open during the week.
No, when I looked up, I saw they were open during the week and not open on the weekends.
That's weird.
Yeah, which, New Glarus can do that.
Yeah.
But, now that they're expanded and they're open on Saturdays at least. And maybe I'm wrong about that, but I remember looking up one time because I wanted to go up on a Saturday, and I was like, oh, you're not open on Saturdays. You're Monday through Friday. So, yeah, it's not that far of a drive. No. We probably should do that. Maybe when the weather gets nicer, go up there, and I think Benjamin would have fun running around on the outside. You know what I mean? Like, could do something, just hang out in New Glarus for a night.
Yeah.
Maybe we should do that. A little weekend trip with the family.
Yeah. Let's do it.
I'm inviting myself into your family. I know I'm a part of your family.
You're part of
I know I'm part of the family. I'm just now booking trips for us. Yeah, that would be cool. Brandon, this was awesome. Now, I will say this. I would like to, for the next episode, do the same for you.
Okay.
We'll do another blind. Because this is fun. The mystery beer is fun. I feel like we really had to, or at least for me, I really had to think about what I was tasting, what I was experiencing as I was drinking it. Funny enough, though, like the Leinenkugels is probably my favorite.
Yeah. Oh.
I mean, I love stout. I'm more partial to stouts, but I mean, we had a hazy IPA, which was the first hazy IPA that I ever liked, which is sufficient clearance from Sketchbook. I do think the Moore beer was older.
Yeah.
But I was pretty good on getting it with the session ale. The Boreal, or however it's pronounced.
No, definitely older.
From, I feel like that fresh would be fantastic. Mm-hmm. So the two, between the Moore and the New Orthodox, what is it? Not New Orthodox.
Orchard, I think?
No. What are these guys called? Old Nation.
Old Nation, yeah.
Yeah. Old Nation and Moore's, having those fresh, those would be phenomenal. Those would be hands down, and sufficient clearance. Did we know what the date was on this? It was.
It's the one that did the Best Buy by this year.
Best Buy. January 10th, 2025. So it was an older one. So even that was older.
No, Best Buy 2025.
Right.
Of this. We're in 2025, so October of 2025.
No, this is Best Buy 011025.
Oh.
So that was also
I'm wrong.
older.
I read it as 10.
No. It's the January 10th of this year. So
Yep.
it's just past its, and I feel like maybe that's why it was good, but it also felt a little not watered down.
Yeah.
Very,
I also got these in December, so we were
it's all right.
a little delayed.
Yeah,
so
not
we're
bad.
a
But
little over a month past its prime.
Overall, what is it, Big Eddie?
Yeah.
That is my favorite beer of this blind taste test. It's very good, and I didn't slam it, so I think that has a lot to do with it.
I did.
You finished it. Well,
you were talking a lot.
That's
I kept
true.
drinking.
Brandon, this is awesome, man. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Next episode, we'll do the same. I'll do a mystery 4-pack for you. 'Cause I'm going to Benny's today for stuff for the Super Bowl, so I'll build one then.
Sweet.
I'm gonna look at the dates. I know you didn't build this 4-pack, but
no.
Kudos to your uncle though for getting. I mean, really, what's the other beer that you had from that? Do you know?
I don't. I can check. Oh, it's called Rush.
Who's that by?
It's a golden ale.
Ooh, that would have been fun.
I know, but I was like, we've done a lot of lower beers, and I wasn't necessarily we need a high ABV beer, but I was like, I wanted something that just went completely the opposite direction.
Oh, this is so
and
good.
literally, I grabbed the beer to pour, and I was like, wait, we've got the Big Eddie. I was like, let's do that instead.
I might.
And you brought it, so I was like, that would be fun to see if you can kind of nail it. So
I said milk stout. I did say 8%. It wasn't a milk stout, just an imperial stout. But you know me, baby. I love my stouts.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be another summer of the stout for me.
Yeah.
I'm thinking so. Also, I'm doing a lot this year. There's a lot going on. One of the things I am for sure going to do is I'm going to brew a beer this year. At least one beer.
Nice.
So I don't know what kind of beer that's going to be, but I would like to bring a little bit of home brew back to the podcast, buddy.
I have been perusing. So the Home Brewers Association, when I last renewed, I probably need to renew again because I think it was a couple years ago. And the reason I renew is it's fun to be a part of it, and it's fun to
Well, and you're helping.
Well, yeah, helping them and getting stuff, but they send a magazine every couple of months, and the one I got most recently has all of the recipes from like winners from the last year's
JBF?
the homebrew competition.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, so I had entered last year.
Oh, that's right.
Was it last year or the year before?
Or 2 years ago.
I don't remember.
I think it was 2 years.
But yeah, I think it was 2 years. But I was like, I was looking at it and it had to be because I didn't brew last year or this year. So, really, has it been that long?
Yeah,
Fuck,
dude.
man.
We have not brewed in a while.
Man.
You know what we need to do this year? We've set no other than that. We need to make for Thanksgiving or Christmas when we get there. We got to make Into the Void.
Oh, yeah.
We got to make it. It's been a long time since we've made that stout. It's such a good beer.
Yeah.
We need to make that beer.
I want to find a good adjunct again. Like I think, well, I was like thinking, oh, we should do like a half and half. I don't want to, like, I don't, either way.
I'll tell you this. Now that I have my own kegerator, like a real
Did you get it working yet, or?
I've not done anything.
Okay. Okay.
I was
wondering if you were going to set it up for the Super Bowl.
I was going to get a keg of Beezer.
Is it still sitting in your car?
Nope. I
Okay,
took it out
good,
that day.
good.
I was going to get a keg of Beezer for the Super Bowl, but just not enough heads to
Yeah.
not that I wouldn't mind having a keg of Beezer, which I still might do in March. I wouldn't be opposed to investing in making 2 batches. Mm-hmm. One you can have here, one by me, if we want to do a different adjunct. I mean, that beer lasts forever. That beer lasted into almost spring of the following, because we brewed it in November.
Yep.
I think almost summer, because you guys went on a trip and I was here and I had some.
Yeah.
So I feel like not a bad beer to have on tap and be able to swap out the kegs. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like have a good big
Agreed.
stout like
Yeah,
that.
we should do that again.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
As long as we can brew it. But I think my main focus this year is to finally nail a solid pale ale recipe.
Yeah.
I would love to have a pale ale. I did my Warwick pale ale. I did the Portage Park Porter at one point. A porter and a pale ale, I feel like, is where I want to get. Or brown ale. I don't know. I'm going to stop talking.
I feel like you might need to do a Berthaud brown ale.
A Berthaud brown ale sounds like a great idea. It's right there in Portage Park. All right. I think that's going to be it for this week. Brandon, I love you, buddy.
Love you too, man.
Thanks for curating this episode.
You're welcome.
For this. And, hey, man, I'll see you later tonight.
See ya.
Cheers, everybody.
Bye.
This has been The Malting Hour. Be sure to follow us on all social media by searching The Malting Hour and at themaltinghour.com. You can also follow us individually on social media. Brandon can be found on Instagram as BMDub81, on Twitter, BDub81, and on Untapped as BDubDrinksBeer. Tony can be found on Instagram and Untapped under Ace of Help Chicago, on Twitter, The Ace of Help Chicago. Clark can be found as Clarkowski on all 3. Dan can be found on Instagram as hip__hops and hip hops on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe, like, and rate the show on your preferred podcast listening platform. Until next time, cheers from all of us at The Malting Hour.